Hello and a very good morning to my respectful lecturers, Professor Madya Dr. Chua Seseng. My name is Farhanah Binti Samsuddin. Today I want to present about my practical training at the Nursery Orchid of Norida Resource, Lot 110 Simpang 5, 45300 Sungai Besar, Selangor Darul Ehsan. Next, the purpose or objective of industrial training. Industrial training is to expose the student about the true working situation before graduated by following the respective specialization field. Next, this industrial training also can inculcate the teamwork and good working relationship with the fellow workers. Students can also face the challenges, problem, and trouble which arise calmly. It gives experience to the student in facing challenging working world and lump sum trained student, crossing various obstacles to brilliantly successful. This will be a vital to produce the knowledgeable graduate and capable in doing those tasks given whether in field or outfield adapted even if. It also can nurture trustworthy attitude, responsible and constructed high self-confidence. The matter is very important to ensure the work quality well of student in high level and fulfilling all the parties that. This industrial training also can enable the student to work as a teamwork and build the good relationship. And lastly, this industrial training also can teach the student a particular person's skill of type of behavior through practice and instruction in a real working condition and equipment. After that, the background of Nursery Orchid of Norida Resource. Nursery Orchid of Norida Resource, and which was developed on 11 June of 1980 by Nur Adibah binti Abu Bakar as a manager of the Nursery Orchid of Norida Resource. The name of orchid that was given because this nursery in the past was sold various variety of the orchid plant on a large scale due to the high demand for the orchid by the people around here and the demand of the customer that came in the nursery. It can be seen that until today, the new orchid trees that was arrived in then shortly after that, it was been completed, sold out because the customer who came to the nursery will buy the orchid. Other than that, the name of the Norida that was be chosen is because it is taken due to the nursery manager name. Resource name was be given by the nursery that have been sell many types of agricultural appliances such as plastic pot, hanging pot, fertilizer, fungicide, plant booster, pesticide, ceramic pot, organic soil, and also many types of plants such as various types of anthurium, rose plant, bougainvillea plant, lavender plant, chrysanthemum, or we call as daisy plant, cactus and succulent plant, ferns, and also caladium plant and the others plant that behave and be sold in this Norida Resource Nursery. Next, Nursery Orchid of Norida Resource is located at Simpang 5 Selangor, where is located on the side of the main road that leading to the pathway of Sungai Besar Selangor. This nursery was selling many types of agriculture appliances or gardening store like plastic pot, hanging pot, fertilizer, fungicide, plant booster, pesticide, ceramic pot, organic soil, and various flowering and non-flowering plants, such as various types of caladium, anthurium, rose plant, bougainvillea plant, lavender plant, chrysanthemum, daisy plant, cactus and succulent plant, ferns, and other plant that was be sold on this nursery. Next, we go to the operation hours and nursery of organization chart. For the nursery operating hours is from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. from the Monday until Sunday. But for the practical student, the operating hours is from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. from Monday until Friday. This nursery is open every day except during school holiday or public holiday. For the company organization chart, this nursery have one manager, Nur Adibah binti Abu Bakar, and 5 staff of the nursery. Manager of the owner nursery name is Nur Adibah binti Abu Bakar. Next, we go to the summary of the duties from the week 1 until week 9. For the week 1 of the industrial training is during 13 August 2021. I was do the reporting for my duty on the first day of internship and practical training at the Nursery Orchid of Norida Resource, Lot 110 Simpang 5, 45300 Sungai Besar, Selangor Darul Ehsan. Next, I was do the watering the plant in the nursery for every day for about 2 times, which are during the morning and during the evening. Watering is be needed to ensure the plant get the sufficient of water and also can avoid the plant from wilt or die, as well as can maintain the plant growth. I also arrange the plant in the nursery in an orderly and neat manner according to the species and the height of the plant. The small and short size of the plant were arranged in front of the bigger and higher plants. After that, I was do the clearing activities in the nursery area to ensure the nursery is in the clean and free from any weeds. These weeding activities is required to ensure there are no weeds on the plantation or the nursery area, and it will look clean and tidy. Next, I was helping in serving the demand of the customer to their desired plant and they want to buy, and assisted the activity of selling of the flowering and non-flowering plant, fruit plant, pot, fertilizer, organic soil, pesticide, plant booster, and others. I also wrote the price tagging of the item on a piece of cardboard to easier finding the price of all items if the customer want to know about the any item price. This price tagging is enable the customer to know about the price of item that they want to buy. It also easier the staff or workers in the nursery to calculate the amount price of customer buying item concisely and correctly. Next, for the week 2, from the 16 August 2021 until 20 August 2021. The first activity that I was done during the week 2 is, as usual, I arranged the plant in the nursery in an orderly and neat manner according to their species and their height of the plant. The arrangement of the plant needs to be taken into the consideration to ensure the nursery landscape will always keep neat and beautiful, as well as can attract the more visitors who came to the nursery. Next, I was do the fertilizing of the plant that consists in the nursery orchid of Norida Resource. For the type of leafy plant, the fertilizer that have been used is humic amino acid fertilizer, or we call as coffee fertilizer, with the ratio of NPK 888, while for the type of flowering plant, the fertilizer that I have been used is Milagro fertilizer, or we call as organic fertilizer, and we can also use the chicken dung fertilizer. After that, I was helping to lifting the rose plant which have been arrived, and then bring and arrange the rose plant neatly on the cell shelf or rack shelf. After that, I was cutting and removing the damaged or rotten leaf or plant branches to prevent the other leaf from also becoming rotten and damaged. After that, I do the clearing, the red cell, and arrange the biscuits and also the scripts on the required red cell neatly. Next, I was planting the Portulaca species, or we call as Japanese rose plant, by using the stem cutting, or we call a stem cutting, a vegetative part of the plant. This planting of the Portulaca plants is to make multiply of the crops for the selling purpose. Next, for the week 3, during 23 August 2021 until 27 August 2021. For the first activity during the week 3, I was do the clearing or weeding activities in the nursery area to ensure the nursery is in the clean and free from any weeds. And second, I was do the assisting in the cell activity of the plant, pots, fertilizer, pesticides, soil mixtures, and others like the biscuit or cookies, chip, and chocolate that was sold also in the nursery. And next, I was to the packaging and preparation of caladium plant with to the customer online orders for delivery. This packaging need to do properly to avoid from the caladium damage during the packaging. Next, I was done the packaging of the coconut husk chip into the plastic wrap for the selling purpose. And lastly, I was do the reporting of Anthurium adrianum, or we call as red lily plant, into the big size of pots. This purpose of reporting of the plant of Anthurium is because the root growing out of the drainage hole. How we need to do this reporting? Firstly, I was prepared the material and ingredient such as plastic pot, hand trowel, soil mixture with the ratio 2:1:1, 2 ratio for topsoil, 1 ratio for compost soil, and 1 ratio for cocoa fiber, and also lily plant that need to be reported. Next, I was put the soil mixture into the new plastic pot by using the hand trowel. And the third, I was remove the lily plant from the current pots carefully and remove about 1/3 of the all-putting mix. Next, loosen the plant roots and prune any dead of the part of the plant. And after that, I was plant the lily plant into the new big of plastic pot that was be filled with the half of the soil mixture around the lily plant that was be filled with the half of the soil mixture. And after that, I was added the soil mixture around the lily plant that was be planted into the pots. Soil mixture was be added until 3/4 full of the plastic pot. And lastly, I was compact the soil around the lily plant that have been planted. Next, we go to the week 4, from the 30 August 2021 until 3 September 2021. During the week 4, I was do the watering of the plant in the nursery for every day for about 2 times, which are during the morning and during the evening. The watering was be done depends on the weather. If during the afternoon is very hot weather, the more watering is be needed to ensure the plant get the sufficient of water and also can avoid the plant from wilt or die, as well as can maintain the plant growth. Next, we do the packaging of the rice husk into the plastic wrap for the selling purpose. This rice husk was getting the high demand from the customer. Then we do the planting and germinating the sunflower seed in the pots. And the fourth, I was helping to lift the pack of the soil, coconut husk, and ceramic pot that was be arrived to the desired place or needed area to be put. And lastly, I was arrange the plant in the nursery in an orderly and neat manner according to their species and the height of the plant. As we know, the good arrangement of the plant also can easier the customer or buyers to find and choose their desired plant that they want to buy. Next, it also can facilitate or easier the maintenance activities in the nursery, such as fertilizing, watering, and trimming or cutting the damaged or branches and the dead part of the leaf. And for the week 5, from 6 September 2021 until 10 September 2021. Next, for the week 5, I was do the marcoting grafting of croton plant, or we call croton plant as a pokok puding. Firstly, we need to prepare the material and ingredient to make the marcoting grafting, such as knife, sketches, raffia rope, wrapping plastic, ceramic, GV7, marker pen, paper, plastic bamboo skewers, tape, and label paper. After that, we need to choose and select a healthy branch of the plant that have diameter between 1 cm in diameter. Then we make 2 cuttings, which are first cutting was be made at the bud point and the second cutting was be done for about 3 cm below of the first cutting. Next, we need to peel the skin of the branch between 2 cut areas that was be made and scrape the cambium layers. And we wound the parts of the cut was by using the moist sphagnum moss or GV7. It need to be soaked into the water for the 5 minutes until they expand. And after that, we can use the GV7. And then we wrap the parts of the cutted or wounds that we make by using the GV7 and then covers with the plastic to avoid from the water enter during the grafting process. Next, we tie the plastic that attached to the grafting area by using the raffia ropes properly. And after that, plastic was be tied on the boards and put the label on the plants that contain the name and date of the grafting. And after finished to be grafting, the plant need to be placed on the protection area or under the shade for about 2 to 3 months until the grafting successful. And the second activities that I was done during the week 5 is I was repotting the pink rain lily, or we call as the Pyranthus rosea plant, into the new big of polybag. Next, I was do the packaging of charcoal that was be usually used for the orchid plant into the plastic wrap for the selling purpose. And after that, I was watering the plant in the nursery for every day for about 2 times, which are during the morning and during the evening. And after that, I was arrange the plant in the nursery in an orderly and neat manner according to the species and height of the plant. And lastly, for the week 5, I was do the cutting and removing the damaged or rotten leaf or tree branch, because to prevent the other leaf from also becoming damaged or rotten. The cutting of the damaged leaf we can done by using the scissors or sketches. Next, we go to the week 6 from the 13th September 2021 until 17th September 2021. The first activity that I was done is planting the caladium seedling into the plant plastic pot. Next, I was do the packaging of the humic amino fertilizer, or we call as coffee fertilizer, with the ratio of NPK 888 into the plastic packaging with a quantity of 800 grams per pack. And the third, we do the clearing or sweeping the areas in front of the nursery and areas of the biscuit cells area to ensure the nursery area clean and looking tidy and beautiful. And the fourth, I was do the watering the plant in the nursery every day for about 2 times, which are during the morning and during the evening. And lastly, I was do the packaging of the poly bag into the plastic packaging with a quantity of 24 pieces for every bag. Next, we go to the week 7 from the 20 September 2021 until 24 September 2021. The first activity that I have been done during the week 7 is I was do the planting of the coleus plant, or we call it ati-ati plants, by using the stem cutting of ati-ati plants. Next, we do the fertilizing of the caladium plant that are consist in the nursery by using the humic amino fertilizer with the ratio NPK 888, and also NPK green fertilizer with the ratio NPK 15-15-15. Next, I also help in arranging the new arrival orchid to the sales rack for selling purpose. After that, I was watering the plant in the nursery for every day for about 2 times, which are during the morning and evening. And lastly, I also help the assisting of the selling activities and business of office in the nursery. After that, for the week 8, from the 27th September 2021 until 1 October 2021. The first activity that I have been done during the week 8 is I was do the reporting turtle wine, or in the scientific name we call as Calicia repens plant, into the bigger size of plastic pot, and hanging the turtle wine plant that was be finished planting on the rack cell. And the second, I also help to cleaning and arrange the rack cells of cookies and chips to ensure the cookies and chips look neatly and can attract the customer attention. Third, I was do the packaging of white pebble stone into the plastic wrap for selling purpose. This white pebble stone usually used for decoration of our landscape area. I was packaging with 1 pack of white pebble stone that was sold for RM10 ringgit per pack. And the fourth, I was helped to lifting the newly plant that have been arrived and bringing to the cell chef carefully. And lastly, I was clearing the activities in the nursery area to ensure the nursery is in the clean and free from any waste. We can remove the waste in the nursery by using the hoe sickle or by hand to ensure the nursery free from any waste. Next, for the week 9, from the 4 October 2021 until 8 October 2021. For the week 9, I was do the activity of the fertilizing of the large purple alternanthera, or in the scientific name we call as alternanthera brasiliana plant, in the nursery by using the humic amino fertilizer, or we call as coffee fertilizer with the ratio NPK 888. And the next, we do the planting of the Portulaca species, or we call a Japanese rose plant, by using the stem cutting. And the third, I was do the reporting of the Calathea warsavizi plant into the new polybag. And after that, I was do the assisting of the selling and business activity in the nursery. Next, I was do the watering the plant in the nursery for every day for about 2 times, which are during the morning and during the evening. The watering that was be done is depend on the weathers. If during the afternoon is in the hot weathers, the more watering is needed to ensure the plant get the sufficient of water, and also can avoid the plant from wilt or die, as well as can maintain the plant growth. It also can be done manually by using the sprayer hose with a shower nozzle with the fine and small hole nozzle that are suitable to be used for almost of the plant. After that, the type of experience gained during the practical training at the Norida resource, it was be improve my ability to interacting with the others people, such as peers and superiors. It is fun to deal with the people, especially when they are willing to help and explain to me about the thing that I do not understand. Other than that, I able to improve the teamwork skill, especially when contribute my ideas and insight in our works. Then during at this place, the more presentation that was be made was improve my communication skill, because communication skills is very important nowadays. After that, I am able to improve my time management to be more punctual in working and meeting report deadline. I also learn how to wear the appropriate attire to work and manage my appearance well. Next, the problem that have been encountered. Among the problem is customer difficult to know the certain price of the plant. Almost of the customer was reported the dissatisfaction for not having a price label, and they always ask the question about the price of the plant in the nursery. Therefore, the main cause of problem is because the lack of prohibition sign around the nursery. As we know, there are many customers do come, especially local people and residents in other districts due to its strategic location and was be placed at the main road of which is in the route to the Sungai Besar town. Other than that, the nursery need to be more interactive to interact the tourism or customer to come again to this place. For example, they may choose the multimedia application to put the interesting information about many type of plant and agriculture appliances that can be sold in the nursery. So the customer will be like to come and trying to get into the nursery. After that, the manager of the nursery do not give and provide the personal protective equipment, or we call as PPE, such as Google, rubber glove, rubber boots, apron, and respirator when applying the herbicide and pesticide. This can be shown when the staff of the nursery doing the activities of pesticide without using and wear any of personal protective equipment, or we call as PPE, and this can bring the danger and bad affected to the people that use the pesticide and herbicide in the nursery. And lastly, the broken or damage of agricultural tools such as wheelbarrow, hoe, pruning shears, and portable of grass cutter machine. During the works, it was give the trouble, especially when we want to lifting the plant in a large quantity by using the wheelbarrow. This agriculture tool was not being functioned and need to be do the maintenance for every month for easier to be used. Next, for the view and recommendation. For the solution to solve this problem is we need to make the proper plant label for every plant that have been in the sale shelf to ensure the customer know the price of the plant that they want to buy, and also can easier the customer to get the plants with their desired budget. And after that, the paper warning that was not be allowed the people to pick and do not roughly touch the structure of the plant that can cause the damage of the plant part. Rather than that, they need to supervise the people behavior that came to the nursery. Then I think the more prohibition sign must be made by using the paper and be laminate for temporary periods before the proper prohibition sign be made. Next, the manager must to be ensured in providing the complete or personal protective equipment, or we call as PPE, in the nursery to make sure the herbicide and pesticide applicator will be safe and it can avoid the danger to the user. In overall, I am quite satisfied with the nursery orchid of Norida Resource because there were many interesting and beautiful plants that was be sold and the good service that was be provided. Nursery of Big Riverdale Resource is not only selling the flowering, non-flowery plant and fruit plant, it also selling various types of the agricultural appliances or gardening store, as well as to take the wages for landscaping of our home or any place that customer need. Other than that, their management service is very satisfied because the strong and good communication with the customer, client, and supplier. Last but not least, to solve the damage of agricultural tool, I was bring my shears, cutters, or sketches for myself for easiest the purpose, and I think to supervise and I think the supervisor need to be check the agriculture tool frequently and the broken of agriculture tool need to be do the maintenance as soon as possible to easy the necessary works. Last but not least, for the conclusion, through the practical training, I have gained an exposure to the systematic work coordination in an environment that is conducive coupled with the friendly staff that are always there to help. Next, all this valuable experience and knowledge that I have gained were not only acquired through the direct involvement in tasks given, but also through other aspects of the training, such as work observation, interaction with the workers, superior, and other third party that related to the company. This industrial training need to be continued because it is a very good exposure and interesting to the student. That's all for me and thank you.